to the first of, I don't know, maybe not many, but first of at least a few power plan trainings that we're going to be doing. We have 30 minutes that we're going to move through here. We're going to teach you as much as we can about the M Power Plan, how to work it, how to take advantage of it, how to build on it, all the fun stuff that goes along with that. So with that, let's jump right into it. If you have any questions, feel free to chat them in on the side if you're following in on the Meeting Burner app. If not, you can, I guess technically you could text them into me or send them on the Facebook page. But let's jump right into this. There are four ways to really four ways to earn in the M Network Power Matrix, in the Power Plan. So let's talk a little bit about what these are. Now, this document that I'm looking at right here, the M Power Plan 4 Ways to Earn, is available on your member back office in the Downloads and Tools section. You can find it there. It's under the 4 Ways to Earn on the M Power Plan. If you have any questions, or if you get a little stumped, or you want to follow along or print it off and look at it later, it's a great place to look at it. When you know, in the very early days, almost the conceptual idea of what M was, in that time, as we were going through talking about what we wanted it to be, how we wanted it to work, talking about the product plan that we had, we wanted to make sure that we had a very real retail system. And what we mean by real retail system is not this like fake having to over-explain and do a second story around why your products cost so much. And it happens a lot in network marketing. There are amazing products in network marketing. The world has forever been changed because of network marketing products. But you have to also balance what those products are versus how much they cost. So going out and selling a $300 bottle of water or unicorn magicness in a bottle, it doesn't always justify the cost. Unicorn awesomeness in a bottle would be cool, but if you have to pay $300 for it, no one can afford that. So when we started off and we set a real retail system, we wanted that to be something that you could go into a store and buy a similar product at a similar price and feel comfortable about getting a fantastic product. So real retail is about that wholesale to resale difference. Buy a box from us direct at a wholesale price, turn around, sell it to somebody at a retail price, and you pocket the difference and you get whatever volume goes along with that. Now, along with that, the future of the industry is also in e-commerce. We know that. We've been playing in it for a while. If you go to your M Network site, which is whatever your username is, .m.network, we have from the very, very beginning of this, it's been a retail-friendly site. Feels like you're in a shopping cart along par with what you would expect at Amazon. So you can send someone to this site and say, hey, you can buy directly from the company. I get credit for it. Here's my link. Go check it out. And you can go in, throw a stick in your cart and check it out. This retail site, your username.m.network, is all geared towards that first part of this compensation plan, which is real retail. It's retail friendly. It's all supposed to be about selling to your customers at a retail price. If you look at it, this tab right here, as you scroll down through the page, this opportunity tab where you click on it here, this is the only spot on the whole page that talks about anything other than the retail price of the products. So it doesn't feel like you can become a member for better pricing. It doesn't have any of that typical network marketing mumbo jumbo around that. It's all very retail friendly. That's the joy of this real retail product. Now you can buy bulk discounts. So if you want to buy 40 boxes of sticks at a time, or 130 boxes of sticks at a time, and you have some type of retail outlet where you want to sell those, you can do that too. There's a bulk discount price for that. But the same way it ends up being: buy it wholesale, sell it retail, and then you keep the difference. Now, if you saw right here, most of our products are $44.95 retail, except for the burn caps, they're $49.95, but they're $44.95 most of the products, and the wholesale on this is $39.95. That $5 difference we pay out directly to you, and we pay that out on a weekly basis. So sell a box this week, and you'll get paid out in the next week's commission run. 8 days later, you get paid out that retail to wholesale difference. Also, when you have a lot of members, a lot of retail customers coming in and purchasing products directly from your website, all of that volume counts towards your qualification. We had just a little shout out to Jack and Andrea London out in Virginia Beach. They had the most retail orders. They had the biggest retail. They're the biggest retailers last year, and it's because they were sharing. Andrea has a phenomenal. She just goes out and shares the sticks. She's always just sharing sticks and just following up with them. The reason I'm pointing that out is because they had excess volume on their account because of all the retailing that they did. And it's actually kind of surprising to myself how much extra volume we're generating on people's individuals' account, on members' individuals' account. And I'm going to highlight this kind of right here. This 5% rebates for orders above your PV qualifier. What that means is you need 60 in volume to qualify. Anything above that 60 in volume on your account, anything above that needing to qualify, you get a 5% personal rebate on that we pay out at the end of the month with the matrix check. So if you have, let's say 6 retail customers that are ordering from you, and then you have your blue box, your auto delivery, your blue box subscription that goes through every month for 60 in volume. That means you have, if you add all that up, that's 240 in volume. Your 60 plus the 180 from your 3 customers buying a box each. Your 60 qualifies you, and then the other 180, you get a 5% rebate on that. It's as if they bought underneath you, and it pays out to you. Kind of a cool thing. We don't want you to try to have to hide your product underneath in your downline. We don't have to want to. If you're buying extra product every month because you love it, we don't want you to have to sign up new customers or whatnot for that. All right, let's move on to the next part. So real retail, and we mean that in a very true sense. That's the first part. The second part is Fast Cash. Fast Cash is the program that we've set up for you to be able to earn money quick. And we've done a couple of really cool things with this. It's paid out weekly, so you can get paid fast on it. But the other thing is, and I'm going to compare to other companies. Now, I'm not naming anybody specifically, but there are a lot of other companies out there that pay a type of Fast Cash, Quick Start type of a bonus, and those bonuses are geared at the first X amount of days in the company, or the first order that you have in the company, or something along those lines, and they only pay out that one time. And so what happens is you might come in, you might have a Fast Cash or a quick bonus of $50 to $200 or maybe even $500. But when someone doesn't order for a month or two, or they order the next month and then you don't get paid till the month after that, it could be 60 to 90 days before you get a second commission on that person. And what we've done with the Fast Cash is we've actually taken the pack bonus with the Fast Cash and split it out a little bit. So you get both a Fast Cash payout, but then we also put money into the matrix. And so if you look at the on this comp plan overview where we've got highlighted right here under Fast Cash, you see the 3 packs that you can start with. The Apprentice Pack, it's $149. The Master Pack, but it's $299, and the Elite Pack, that's $499. So you see how they pay out $25, $75, and $150 respectively in the sponsor bonus through Fast Cash. The reason I said we break it down into 2 is because of this next level. You see the matrix payout is 30 in PV on the Apprentice Pack, 60 in PV on the Master Pack, and then 120 PV in the Elite Pack, which is cool because that means that we pay out real quick the Fast Cash, but then when we pay out that current month's matrix payout, you're also getting some money based off of that, and it pays out through the upline as well. And so you're not having to wait 60 to 90 days or more for that next payout. And you can do this because it's not an enrollment-based bonus. It's not based off of who's coming in or when they're coming on. It's based off of completely the pack purchase. You can get this anytime someone new enrolls on your team. Anytime you enroll someone and they buy they purchase a pack. The other thing that's kind of cool about this is the Confidence Pack also pays out fast cash. So if you have somebody that's been as a member for a while, and they buy the Confidence Pack, that'll pay fast cash as well. And down the road, as we introduce new packs, the same thing can happen. We can pay out fast cash, not based off of enrollment only, but based off of the PV payout. So right here, the 8 and 8 bonus is also part of the fast cash. So the 8 and 8 bonus, it's kind of one of those shoot for the moon bonuses. It's a little bit more than just if you do a one-time thing. It's definitely a big picture bonus. And if you sell 4 retail packs, you make your money back. Meaning, look at how much you make in the fast cash. Sponsor 8, and you can make $1,200 bucks. It works like this: 8 and 8 bonus. If you do 8 people that sign up on the Elite Pack in 8 weeks, you'll make that's $150 times 8 of that. So that's $1,200 bucks. Do that in 8 weeks, and you make an extra $500 bonus on those 8 people. Now, this isn't in your first 8 weeks. It isn't in whatever. It's based off of the a rolling 8 weeks. You can do it as many times as you want. You can do it again and again and again. And yeah, it's one of those things that it's super easy to understand. Even though it is, like I said, a little bit of a shoot for the moon type of a thing. It's a little bit of a bigger, harder goal. Was it Jim Collins that calls it the BHAG, the big, hairy, audacious goal? That's a big goal, but it's an extra $500 or $250 if you do the master pack. All right, so first way is retail. Second way is fast cash, and you've got the fast cash payout, and then also the 8 and 8 bonus. Now, I think where most people want me to spend the time on the call today is here in the matrix payout. So we're going to go ahead and talk about how the matrix pays out and what it works with that. So with the matrix payout, the reason we put a matrix in the organization, a 2x2 matrix, explained here, creates team synergy. It's easy to duplicate. You can create spillover. It's easy to earn, and there are multiple business centers available. Now I'm going to get into a little bit more detail than you've probably seen or talked about or before, and get a little bit of a history of why we went with the 2x2 matrix. Now there have been matrices in network marketing for a long time, but there are typically two big problems that matrices have. First, they're normally pretty wide, 5, 6, 7 people wide. And so spillover takes 6 or 7 enrollments before any one person gets spillover, when someone gets placed underneath you. And so that's a little bit almost deflating for that. The second reason is that once you fill out your matrix, whether it's a 7x4 matrix or 7x7 matrix, whatever that is, once you fill out all the people in that organization, the only way to earn more money is to have those same people buy more product. And that's just not cool. Like, nobody wants to be that person that's going and selling more soap or, motor oil or something to the same people in their organization again and again and again. So what we've done to overcome those two things is, instead of having a 7 or 8 wide matrix, we've gone with a 2 wide matrix, 2x12. And then to overcome the ability that maxing out the matrix, we have multiple business centers. So you can put yourself into the matrix again and again and again as you earn into that. And the only necessity for that is a 60 PV qualification. You need 60 in volume for that business center. If you haven't watched the video on YouTube of the Advanced Empower Plan video on YouTube, it's a phenomenal video. It's seriously 3.5 minutes, not that long, but it breaks down what it means to have an extra business center. And I'm going to get into that in just a second, but looking at how the organization fills out, we've got a cool little, thank Will for this, we've got a cool little organization here. And you can see at the top, you've got the, the guy wearing cool sunglasses, he's got a tie on. And if you see the numbers, you can see how people fill the matrix. It fills out one level at a time from top to bottom, and then it fills out across the entire level from left to right. So as this guy brings on his first person, they go on his first level on the left side. That's where that number 2 comes in. If you look at the organization, the next person that comes in is number 3 on the right of his first level. Now, as he signs the next person up, that's number 4. So because the first level is filled, then it goes to the second level, and that second level moves all the way to the right, and that's where that 4th person goes. When he enrolls person number 5, that person goes right next to there, and it just fills out from top to bottom and then left to right. That's how the matrix is always going to fill. And that is based off of whoever is the enroller, whoever is the sponsor of that person, their matrix, the top of their matrix. So if you look at this picture and you look at number 2, right here, this number 2 guy, he's got a little dotted line that goes to the right of number 4. And what that means is when he sponsored someone, because numbers 4 and 5 were already taken and the guy on the right of number 4 was taken, that is where that next person goes. It goes to the next available position in each individual's matrix. And so what that does is it forces it to fill out the matrix over time. Going to a little bit of how the business centers, or how you earn on business centers, the matrix pays out 5% to any one person. So, slide this in here. If you're this cool guy with the sunglasses and the tie, you earn 5% on this person's order, on the person underneath you's order. So if that's 100 in volume, that's a $5 commission. Now, in our plan, that's with the 60 in volume that it needs to qualify, that ends up being a $3 commission on the 60 PV order. Now, with multiple business centers, as we go through there and look at that, how this plays out with multiple business centers, when you have not just one person, but when you have 2 business centers in there, if this is your first business center and this is your second business center, and the 100 volume order was placed here, you get $5 here, $5 here, for a total of $10 or 10% on that top level. In our compensation plan, in the power plan, where this is a 60 PV order, 5% is $3 here, $3 here. So you've earned on the same exact order, you have earned $6 off the same amount of work, pretty much on the same order, $6. Now, right now, the only way to earn business centers, there are 2 ways. You can order a $4.99 pack, and you get 2 business centers that come with it. Or every time that you enroll 3 people, you earn an additional business center. So I want to lay this out and what that means. If you were to come in on a $4.99 pack and you were to place your business centers on your first level, what that means is you're getting 5% on the top level, but then you're getting 5% of everything on the one half of your matrix and then on the other half of your matrix. And because we said it fills out top to bottom, left to right, you are in essence getting 10% of everything in your entire matrix. Everything going on through your organization, you're earning 10% on right off the bat, which is pretty cool if you think about it. So everything that happens down under here, you're getting 10%. Everything that happens down under here, you're getting 10%. Now, if you came in on a $149 pack or a $299 pack, or maybe you decided that at the very beginning you didn't want to place your business centers in your left and your right position, that's completely fine. It's a common thing. And if that's the case, you can put your business centers in at any time. So I'm going to use this same scenario 2. Let's say that you've got a big builder that's coming in, and they're going to go down, and I don't know if you can see my cursor, so I'm going to highlight it right here. down here on towards the bottom, towards a little lower in your organization. As you've enrolled and whatnot, you have business centers, if you will, in a bucket, in a holding position, that when you enroll a big leader down here, you can choose to have a business center placed underneath that person. That, in the very literal sense, makes you or rewards you for working with people down deeper in your organization. Now, when you put a business center down in that organization, you qualify at whatever level your main business center qualifies at. So you don't have to worry about requalifying it. You don't have to worry about sponsoring people from it. The only thing you need to worry about is that your main business center has enough volume to qualify any business centers you have active in the matrix. So if you have 3 business centers, you need 180 in volume to qualify all 3 of those. So 60 for each of the business centers. All right, so we're moving along at a pretty good clip right here. Let's talk a little bit about how you earn different levels in the organization, how you earn more and more money in the matrix. And we set this up for a fairly simple qualification for rank advancement in the matrix. You can come in as a member, enroll not a single person, have your upline in essence have spillover that gets into your organization. So let's assume, here at the top in the blue is you, and out down through 4 levels you didn't enroll anybody, but your upline and whatnot through spillover, your full matrix fills out. Down through 4 levels, if you've enrolled 0, that means you have 0 team volume. Personal team volume is the people that you've brought in. If you have your personal order of 60 volume, you qualify for 4 levels of payout. Now, what that means in dollars and cents is if you do that and that fills out, with a 60 order minimum on each of these enrolled, 6 of the people, or on the 4 levels of payout through here, you'd be making about $90 a month. And with an $80 auto order and a $5 shipping, or $8 if you're in Canada, that more than pays for your auto order every month, your Blue Box subscription. We set that up so that somebody could come in, join the matrix, and never earn more than just paying for that auto ship if they did absolutely nothing. But at the same time, as their group built, they could do just a little bit to earn that next level. So through 4 levels, you earn more. You earn enough to pay for your auto order, which is cool. You're never going to have people go off auto order if they're getting that auto order paid, right? The next point is getting to levels 5 and 6. To do that, you need 480 personal team volume. Now, personal team volume is anybody that you have enrolled and their group. Now, that also includes your personal and retail orders. So you could do this by having your 60 in volume for your Blue Box, and then 420 in volume from retail orders. So you could have enrolled not a single person, but have spillover through your organization and have 420 in retail customers that purchase through your website or whatever, and you could reach the rank of M1. You don't have to enroll anybody. The cool thing about that is that makes it very FTC compliant. This is a very true network marketing, very, very true retail-friendly compensation plan. And you can do this all the way through the top of the top of the payout. You can reach the top of the pay plan without enrolling anybody, but by having enough personal team volume through your personal order and your retail orders as well. All right, so with that being the case, let's keep going through this. You need 480 in PTV to get paid levels 5 and 6. Now at that point, with a minimum of 60 in volume on all these levels, and if a full matrix, they'll end up paying about a little over $350. So by bringing in 480 in PTV, you'll be earning $350. The next level is 2,000 in PTV. So that's 2,000 in group volume through your organization. 2,000, or the M2 level, this is the first time where we introduce what's called the 70% rule. And this is where I'm going to hop in and look at a slightly different way to look at the compensation, the pay plan. So far, we've just talked about the matrix, filling from top to bottom, left to right. The 70% rule means that of the 2,000 in volume that you need, 2,000 in PTV, only 70% of it can come from any one enrollment leg. Not left and right organization from your matrix, because that's not even a real thing. It's not that. It comes from any one of your enrollment tree. So we're going to look at our visual tree, and I'm logged in here as Bob blah blah in the back office, our test account. Bob right here, when we pull this up, this is his matrix organization. He's got his matrix down, gone through 2 levels. We're on the visual tree. In the top left corner, you can change this to the enrollment tree, so you can see what Bob's enrollment tree looks like. And so far, he's got 2 enrollees. He's got right here Jason, and he's got Bruce. And Bruce has a couple people underneath here as well. So Bob can only take 70% of any of his group volume from either Jason or from Bruce. Now, when Bob enrolls a new person, that new person ends up going here on the front level, because this is an enrollment tree. It doesn't have to look like a matrix. So 70% of this 2,000 in volume can come from any one person. Now let's say, going back to the enrollment tree, let's say that Bruce Lee here just blows it up, and he has 1 million in volume. It's just a huge group, 1 million in volume. But Jason, who's the only other leg that Bob blah blah has, is the only other thing that's going on, and he hasn't done anything. So these two, between Bob and Jason and Bruce Lee, they have 1 million in volume, in group volume through their organization, but Bob personally only has 1 million through this leg and pretty much nothing from Jason. Sorry, nothing against Jason, but he didn't do a lot. It doesn't matter how much Bruce Lee has done, even if it's 1 million. Bob blah blah can only use 1,400, which is 70% of 2,000. Does that make sense? So 1,400 is 70% of this 2,000 that he needs. He can only use that much from Bruce. I'm going to say that again because this is kind of one of those tricky things. So it's not based off of the 1 million that Bruce might have in his organization. It's based off of the next qualification rank that he needs. He can only use 70% of that from any one leg. So at the M2 level, that's 1,400 of the 2,000. At the M3 level, that's 3,500, so 3,500 of the 5,000. That's how much that you could use from any one of your personally enrolled legs. Kind of just letting that sink in, letting you work through it. So it's not how much that person has, but how much you need that you can use the 70% from. All right, so moving on, the way to hit the M3 rank and getting paid through all 9 levels, that is 5,000 in personal team volume. Now, there's a big jump between this M3 and M4 rank, and the reason there's that big jump is we really consider that M4 a leadership level. And so you're going from 5,000 in personal team volume to 50,000 in personal team volume. It's a big jump. And if you have 9 levels, just going kind of staying on the M3 before we jump too much into the M4 rank, if you have filled out through 9 levels at the M3 rank, everybody ordering the minimum of 60 in personal volume, that would be about $3,000 a month per business center. So if you look at it in the multiple business centers where we were showing earlier, looking at it through multiple business centers, if you have an organization filled out and you're getting M3, this top position's getting 5%, and then your second levels are getting 5%. So you're getting essentially on that entire structure, you're getting not just 3,000 in volume for this top position, but you're getting 3,000 on each of those. So you go from earning 3,000 on doing pretty much the same work to earning 9,000 on pretty much the same amount of work by having those 2 business centers placed right there in your we call it a kind of a tri-pack formation. Now, you can get to this point and you can have business centers all the way down and through there. You can continue to earn at that 9-level payout. M4, we said, is 50,000 in PTV. M5 is 100,000 in PTV, and M6 is 200,000 in PTV. And just to give you an idea of what that means monetarily, at an M6, if you had 12 levels filled out all the way through, a full 12 levels, and everybody was ordering on average 60 in volume, it would be about $25,000 in payout for that, for a single position at the M6 level. All right, so we've now kind of hit our 30-minute mark. There are probably a ton of things that I could still cover for you. I want to hit one more thing, well, two more things. One, lifestyle and rewards. We have incentive trips. We have their recognition. We've set aside 5% for incentive trips, global wellness pool recognition, all these other fun things that go along that are not directly tied to the matrix payout. And what we want to do with that is we want to make sure that we reward appropriately the people that are building and how they're building. So we haven't announced those yet. We will announce those at a later date as we continue to see how stuff is being paid out and how it's working. So the last thing that I want to hit on, and I know I'm going to go over by a minute or two on this, is what happens with any of the excess volume that you have in your organization and on your personal group. Now, we talked about earlier the 5% personal rebate bonus. So any volume that you have over the 60 that you need to qualify gets paid out a 5% personal rebate bonus. Now, what if you have 5 business centers? Each of those business centers needs 60 in volume to qualify. So 60 times 5 is 300. So somehow, through any combination of Blue Box, ad hoc, one-time orders that you place yourself, retail volume that comes in through on your account, any of those ways that you earn volume on your account, you need to have a total of 300 in volume to qualify all 5 of your business centers. But let's say, again, throwing kind of props to Jack and Andrea out there, or we've had quite a few leaders that do this. Let's say you have more than that 300 in volume. Let's say you have double that. You have 600 in volume. You're just a retailing machine. You're just killing it. If you have any of the excess volume that you have gets pushed down. So let's say you have 600 in volume and you have 5 business centers. What the computer automatically does is it says, all right, all that's placed on your main business center, it's going to take 60 of that volume, qualify that main business center, and then push everything down one to the next business center. So it says, all right, 60 in volume, you've got 600 in volume, it pushes that down. That means you have 540 that gets on your second business center. And it says you don't need 540 and you've got another business center, so I'm going to push it down another level. And then that means that there's 480 in on that third business center. And then it says, all right, you don't need that much, but we have another business center, so we're going to take 60 to qualify and push it down another level. So that means there's 420 on your third business center, right? And it says, all right, we've still got 2 more business centers, so it pushes down the 420 to the next business center, qualifies it, takes off 60, and moves it down again to the next one at 360 on that fourth business center, the fifth business center, and then by the time it gets to the 6th business center, you have 360 in volume there, and it says, all right, 60 of that goes to qualify that last business center. And then excess volume, 300 in extra volume that you have on that business center, pays out a 5% personal rebate at that business center. And then it pays out up through the matrix, up through 12 levels in the matrix. So it takes automatically, and the computer qualifies each and every one of your business centers as it pushes that volume down, and any extra volume gets paid out, personal rebate, and then up through the matrix. So you have a potential to earn on your own orders depending on how your business centers are placed in the organization. So you could earn again and again and again and again all the way up through your organization, through the matrix like that. Now, if you don't have enough volume on your account one month, let's say you have 5 business centers, but you only have 180 in volume on your account, the computer automatically qualifies the top business center, moves it to the next business center to qualify the excess volume to the next business center, and then moves it to the next business center all the way down until you run out of volume or business centers, whatever happens first. I hope that makes sense. All right, I have gone 5 minutes over. I apologize for taking 5 minutes more of your time than I had anticipated. There are probably tons of questions. I'm going to be online and around. I'll be able to answer those, whether through Facebook or you can reach out to us next week. Call us here at Member Support. We're here to help you answer We're here to help you answer those questions. We want you to understand this. This power plan is very different, very unique, but in our opinion, it's the future of where the industry is going. Retail friendly, getting payout on real volume, not on enrollments. It's all based upon stuff that's actually happening in your organization. Thank you so much for being on this here with us. Call us. Let me know if you have any questions. Reach out to us. Go to YouTube. Watch there are 2 videos on the matrix payout, how it works. Check those out. They'll give you a little bit that next level of understanding. And look forward to working with you guys in the future. Thanks, guys. Have a great day.